Dear all, welcome to my YouTube channel Agri-Business A Journey. Today I will discuss about another important chapter in production economics, that is budget line and law of equi-marginal utility. Till late, I try to connect the concept of a utility theory in connection with production theory. One of the important concepts, hopefully you have remembered, that is the law of diminishing marginal utility, and I try to connect it law of certain production function. You all know that when you consume one of the commodity in the subsequent basis, then ultimately your marginal utility has been going down. It connects to the satisfaction of the commodity. In the similar manner, the law of certain production function highlight that when you increase the input, then output has been increased at the increasing rate, then constant rate, then increasing at the diminishing rate. It connects more toward the production, and hopefully you all know that the decisions has been rest on diminishing stage, or you can say that rational stage, or you can say that stage 2. Another video I have highlighted that indifference curve, which is more connected with the consumption or utility theory, is more connected with the long run production function. Indifference curve highlighted that when one commodity has been substituted with another commodity, then decision has been stabilized at one point where both the commodity have been set at the similar marginal utility. Or you can say that in the same indifference curve, whatever the combinations of commodity you are going to consume, you will find the similar level of satisfaction. In the long run production function, I have highlighted that, hopefully you have remembered, that the concept of isoquant. Isoquant highlight that in the similar production or output curve, irrespective of the combination of the input, your output will be similar or same. Or you can say that in same isoquant curve, whatever the combination of the capital and labor, you will find the same output. Indifference curve highlighted about the concept of satisfaction, whereas long run production function through their concept of isoquant highlighted about the production. Today I will describe that how law of equi-marginal utility is more connected with the budget line. Let's see with an example. Dear students, this is not a stick. Remember that it may be a line that has been going up and down during the consumption process, or it is a line more connected with marginal utility. You all know that when our consumption has been started, or when you consume one commodity in the initial phase, marginal utility has been higher, then it will be decreased in the subsequent consumption. Or you can say that when the product is more scarce in nature, you will find very difficulty to find the product, then marginal utility will be higher. And when it will be a costlier product, then marginal utility will be higher. When the product is surplus, it is freely available, and its cost is very negligible or completely zero, then marginal utility will also be zero. It means marginal utility of a commodity is directly proportional with the price of a product. Or you can say that marginal utility of a commodity equal to marginal utility of the expenditure into price. Whereas there is an assumption that marginal utility of price is constant and it is 1. Then in the same line you may connect, if the product is 1, then marginal utility of the particular commodity divided by price equal to marginal utility of the expenditure. If that there are more than one product is there, then you can say that marginal utility of the commodity 1 divided by marginal utility of commodity 2 equal to price of 1 divided by price of 2 equal to marginal utility of expenditure. It means marginal utility of a commodity is more directly proportional with the price, and it is directly proportional with the marginal utility of the expenditure. If you learn this concept till date, it is easier for you to learn the budget line. In the curve, hopefully you have remembered, this curve is nothing but the isoquant. Isoquant means if you produce 100 unit of commodity, then you may find three different type of the combination. It may be K3L1, K2L2, K1L3. It means K stands for the capital and L stands for the labor. During the different type of the combination, you will find the same commodity. Then as a rational manager, you always think that how I will reduce my cost, or what is the minimum cost level at which I will produce 100 unit of commodity. That is the things you always try to connect, that how I will produce maximum by minimizing my cost. Minimization of the cost may be at the point of K3L1, maybe at the point of K2L2, or maybe at the point of K1L3. But how you can find it out? You always remember that when you try to draw a line, you need an equation. This equation means, suppose you are describing about a cost, then cost is capital into unit price of capital plus labor into unit price of labor. If you do or draw a line, then you will find a particular line that has been highlighted in red in color. And in the first the curve, I have just connect with the marginal utility commodity divided by marginal utility of the commodity 2. Why I have connected it? Because the tangent, or you can say that the slope of isoquant is always be connected with marginal utility of the different type of the commodity, and the slope of budget line is connected with delta K by delta L. Why I have highlighted about the delta K? It means when labor is 0, then one of the point has been lie in the y-axis, and when is the capital is 0, then ultimately one of the line has been lying in the x-axis. And you all know that slope is the height divided by the base. Then ultimately delta K by delta L equal to nothing but it is marginal utility of the expenditure. So if you like to draw a budget line, definitely it should be equal to the slope of the isoquant. It means slope of the isoquant. If the slope of the isoquant is equal to the slope of the budget line, then you will find the output will be maximum at the minimum cost. Suppose anyone will ask that what we will draw from this type of the equation. We draw that marginal utility of the commodity 1 equal to marginal utility of the commodity 2 equal to price of the 1 divided by the price of the 2 equal to delta K by delta L equal to marginal utility of the expenditure. Questions arises, why will not stick to the only one equation? It because marginal utility of the commodity is very relative one, very subjective one, and it is very biased one. If you know the price of the commodity, it is easier for to understand what should be the relative importance of one commodity with the another one, and it is easier for you to derive the isoquant and the budget line in a proper way. This is all about the budget line, law of equi-marginal utility, isoquant and other related theory of utility and production functions. Thank you all. Thank you for watching my video.